Welcome back to the final video diary of Super Bowl week. Today's daily diary is brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Injured? Visit gottagetglassman.com. Matt, this video diary is not going to be a very fun one for the Patriots, but we are still here at Levi's Stadium. There are still Seahawks people celebrating out on the field. You can see the Super Bowl champions up on the board. What went wrong for the Patriots today?
I think from the beginning you could see that the Patriots offensive line wasn't going to hold up well against the Seahawks defensive line. And I think Patriots defense played really well. But I think that was really the key matchup of the game that was lopsided. And I think you could circle that and take everything else out if that was the thing that decided the game.
Yeah, and it's interesting that it's not terribly often that you see offensive line statistics that are really bad, but Patriots gave up 6 sacks in this game, 11 quarterback hits on Drake Maye. The Seahawks had 8 tackles for loss. In addition to that, Patriots running backs averaged less than 3.5 yards per carry. On an individual basis, Will Campbell, per next gen stats, gave up 14 pressures, which is the most for any offensive lineman in a playoff game since 2018, and the most for any Patriots player in any game, playoff or postseason since 2018. So it was like a historically tough afternoon for him.
6 sacks too, like in a seventh that where May's hand got hit and it led to an interception that turned into a pick six that was basically the knockout blow. It's May wasn't good today either.
No.
He had some bad throws, he made some bad decisions. It's a game that is gonna stick to Drake May for a little while. He has to he had a great regular season. He had and his postseason. I mean, there's been reasons for some of the postseason. There's been weather, but he hasn't been great in the postseason and in general. And I think that stood out some. And this game really kind of highlighted it. And so I think for him going forward, uh, he took a huge step from year one to year two. What's the step from year two to year three? And I think that'll define him going forward. For what it's worth, I'm right. I've written by the time you're seeing this, that's you'll be able to read my column on that very topic.
Well, it's interesting too that in this game, like you find out afterwards that he did have a pain-killing shot in the shoulder, and that's clearly an issue. Like the velocity isn't quite there the way we're used to seeing it, but some of it's poor decision making. It's
Sure.
not just poor execution. Like I understand there's a time when you're coming from behind and you got to start pushing the envelope, but he went full on hero ball in the fourth quarter where there's that one drive where he ultimately threw the deep pick downfield after they'd already bailed him out, where he forced one into
Right.
triple coverage earlier in the drive.
Yeah, the one that Matt Collins kind of just kept the ball just slightly out of the hands of it being an interception.
Right. It's one of those ones where you uncork a ball like that and you get away with it. You think like, all right, exhale, not going to do that again. Then later in the drive, he does something similar, throws a foolish pick that hurts him. And, some of that's game circumstance. Again, you're trying to throw your way back into it. I'd rather have that than a check down Charlie who is just like throwing short of the sticks on third down so the stats look better. But at the end of the day, he didn't play well.
Somebody in our group, and it might have been you, pointed out that when May was made mistakes last year, he often made mistakes overthrowing, and he did that a couple times today. But when you wonder about the shoulder, he had some throws that are low and away, and that's I think we've seen that a little bit, and we wondered a little bit like maybe he wasn't 100% healthy even before the Denver injury. He that like maybe he was playing through something a little bit at that point. He'd taken some hits. He's I think 60. I think between regular season and I might have the number wrong, but between regular season and today, I think he's good. Or regular season and the postseason, I think it was sacked like something like 66 times. He's taken a lot of hits, and some of those certainly landed on his shoulder
Yeah, and if you're looking for a silver lining in this game, it's the defense. They did play
for sure.
really well. They kept them in the game until the fourth quarter, where, just holding the field goals, it's 12-0 forever in a game that lopsided where the Patriots punt 8 times. They just keep giving it back to them, and the defense kept them in it. Even the 2 touchdowns, ultimately, one of them is the weird pick six that was a fumble at first, but then they're like, no, it's a pick. The other one's a short field strip sack. So, if you want to feel good about something from this game, I know it's kind of hard as a Patriots fan. I think you can look at the defense. You can look at the way Craig Woodson played and Christian Gonzalez. I think you feel a lot better about giving him money, like giving him a lot of money after watching a performance like this on this stage.
Christian Gonzalez played today in a way that you look at and say that guy's going to be in the conversation either, whether it's next year at some point, he's going to have a year where he's a defensive player of the year candidate. I mean, some of the coverage that he was playing and certainly some of the breakups that he had today were just outstanding. I mean, it really you make one athletic diving, lunging pass breakup, that's a great day. And he had two of them and a third pass breakup as well. It was Christian Gonzalez would you'd have had to think about him for MVP if the Patriots had won the game.
Agreed. And he's gotten way more active in the run game too, where he's a willing tackler. He's gotten pretty good at the peanut punch there too, the punch out.
Yeah.
So there's your silver lining there. And I guess a bigger picture silver lining is like nobody expected the Patriots to be here at the start of the season.
True.
You know, after 4-13, I mean, I wouldn't also have expected to be sitting here right now watching the Seahawks celebrate a Super Bowl win over the Patriots. You know, that feels kind of like a fever dream. The two of
Really,
them end up
and or
here.
really to ever see Sam Darnold win a Super Bowl, and he certainly has come a long way since he was seen ghosts with the Jets.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's all our coverage here from Santa Clara. Thank you for following along all week. We very much appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.